TLS is go for orbiter access arm retract.
And Endeavour OTC, have a great flight delivering Leonardo to the space station. The legacy of his discoveries rides with you as you continue the quest for knowledge. Godspeed.
Endeavour copies all. Thanks, OTC.
The orbiter access arm has now been retracted away from Endeavour. It's the walkway used by the crew to enter the shuttle and can be returned to the position within seconds if necessary.
KRPS OTC, start APU display recorders.
KRPS copy. Recorders are running.
It's T-minus 6 minutes, 9 seconds and counting. We've received notification from Mission Control in Houston to start the orbiter flight recorders. The two recorders collect measurements of shuttle system's performance during the flight for playback after the vehicle is in orbit.
OTC, TLT-3, great talkback.
Copy all.
TLS is go for orbiter APU start.
TLT OTC, perform APU start.
TLT's in work.
CDR OTC, reconfigure heaters.
We have a go for APU start. The launch team has terminated liquid oxygen replenish to the external tank and is now initiating LOX drainback.
OTC, TLT, 3 good APUs and heater reconfig complete.
Copy all, thank you.
TLS is go for purge sequence 4.
T-minus 3 minutes, 50 seconds and counting. The engines are being gimbaled into position for launch.
TLS is go for ET LO2 pressurization.
TLT OTC, clear caution and warning memory, verify no unexpected errors.
OTC, TLT, no unexpected errors.
T-minus 2 minutes, 24 seconds and counting. The gaseous oxygen vent hood is slowly being retracted away from the top of the external tank.
Endeavour OTC, close and lock your visors and initiate O2 flow.
That is in work.
T-minus 2 minutes and counting.
TLS is go for ET LH2 pressurization.
Liquid hydrogen replenish on the external tank is now being terminated. T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds. All systems are go. We're about 90 seconds from launch of Space Shuttle Endeavour. T-minus 1 minute and counting.
To all soldiers.
Now we want to take you live to Cape Canaveral, Florida, where the shuttle Endeavour is set to launch in less than a minute from now on the start of a 15-day mission to the International Space Station.
This is a 7-person crew, and they have quite an assignment ahead of them. It's Home Improvement, the Space Shuttle Edition. They're going to be increasing the size of the International Space Station, adding 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, a kitchen, exercise machine, and what about that contraption?
Auto sequence set.
Yes, they'll also be adding something that will allow the astronauts to convert urine into water. Thanks for leaving that for me.
I did.
We'll leave you tonight with that as we watch and listen to the launch of the Space Shuttle Endeavour. Good evening.
10. TLS is go for main engine start.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition and liftoff of Space Shuttle Endeavour, preparing our home in space for a larger international family.
Houston now controlling.
Houston, Endeavour, roll program.
Roger, roll, Endeavour.
Commander Chris Ferguson confirming Endeavour is rolling on course for a rendezvous with the International Space Station. Speed 1,000 miles an hour. Altitude 1 mile. Downrange distance 6.5 miles from Kennedy Space Center orbit. Throttling down to 72% of the rated thrust as the shuttle goes through the realm of maximum aerodynamic pressure. Altitude 5 miles, downrange 8 miles from Kennedy Space Center. Speed 1,500 miles an hour.
Endeavour, go at throttle up.
All systems remain go. Speed 2,000 miles an hour, altitude 10 miles, downrange distance 12 miles from Kennedy Space Center. It's 1.5 minutes since launch. Endeavour has consumed more than 2.25 million pounds of propellant and weighs less than half of what it did at launch. Standing by for burnout of the twin solid rocket boosters and jettison. Booster officer confirms a clean separation of the 2 solid rockets. Endeavour's 3 main engines continuing the second stage, accelerating with 37 million horsepower. Endeavour's 2 orbital maneuvering system engines firing now to help boost the shuttle into orbit. They'll fire for 1 minute and 36 seconds. Altitude 440 miles.
2 engine towel.
2 engine tow.
That call means Endeavour can perform a transatlantic landing at Zaragoza, Spain if required. Speed 4,000 miles an hour. Altitude 44 miles, 73 miles from Kennedy Space Center.